Hello and welcome to SFA Now. On today's show, we'll get a look at the Glow NAC 5K run, SFA's Scuba Diving Club, and later we'll sit down with the Pine Logs feature editor, Belen Casillas, as well as the women's bowling team's head coach. Stay tuned. Welcome to SFA Now. I'm Justin Hinkle.
And I'm Chloe Bradford.
The Lady Jacks basketball team is having their first home kickoff game this Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. They will be battling the Southern Methodist University Mustangs at Johnson Coliseum. The Lady Jacks have been working hard this semester to have a great season. Lady Jack player Daylin Harris said the biggest goal this year isn't winning 20-plus games or scoring 60-plus points a game. It's attention to detail. This game is dedicated to giving back to the community. The players are asking for fans to bring an unwrapped toy with the value of $10 or more to receive a free general admission ticket. Adult tickets are $7 and children's ages 9 through 18 are $4. If you're an SFA student, admission is always free when you present your student ID. For ticket information, please contact the ticket office at 936-468-5225 and keep updated on the Jacks schedule and results at www.sfajacks.com.
This past weekend, Nacogdoches residents had the opportunity to not only get in shape, but have fun at the same time. Saturday, November 16th, the Freshman Leadership Academy held a glow run on SFA campus called Glow NAC 5K, which is similar to the incredibly popular color run, but this 5K took place at dusk and featured glow-in-the-dark paint and the use of glow bracelets and black lights. People showed up in their most colorful and fun outfits to participate in the run, and there were stations along the way where the FLA team could splash some color on you while you ran through the course as well. The event had 30-second dance breaks, glowing drinks, and fun obstacles. All ages were welcome to the event, and the first 150 that showed up received a free t-shirt. Many sponsors, such as the Student Government Association, Hungry Howie's, and Tattoo Productions, and the Office of Student Affairs, helped this run go off without a hitch. The purpose of this 5K was to raise money for the new opportunities for Romanian orphan children. The Freshman Leadership Academy, led by the Dean of Student Affairs, Adam Peck, is made up of freshman students from the SFA 101 class, and these students got a chance to put their leadership skills into practice. And if you have any pictures or videos of the event, post it onto our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SFA Now.
Gamers all across the world are rejoicing. The brand new gaming system from PlayStation has finally arrived. This past Friday on November 15th, video game players all across North America were finally able to purchase Sony Computer Entertainment's PlayStation 4, or PS4 as it's commonly known. The PS4 is the latest video game console in the PlayStation brand. With the slogan "Greatness Awaits," the PS4 contains multiple features, including games with better graphics, the ability to live stream yourself playing, being able to play older PlayStation games by streaming them, and many more. There are currently over 20 games available to play on the console, 3 of which are free to download from the PlayStation Store. It should be noted that a PlayStation Plus membership will be required if you wish to play any games online or access other features in the system as well. The GameStop store in Nacogdoches, Texas on North Street hosted a launch event at midnight on November 15th. Over 40 customers eagerly awaited outside in the cold weather to get their hands on Sony's newest gaming machine. Those who arrived early were treated to pizza and some social time among fellow gamers. For more information on how to get your hands on a PS4, contact GameStop at 936-559-8725.
SFA hosted Showcase Saturday this past weekend, giving potential lumberjacks an in-depth look at the campus and college life. All roads led to SFA for Showcase Saturday. Hundreds of parents and students took a trip to Nacogdoches to see what Stephen F. Austin is all about. Potential students were giving a warm welcome with current SFA student workers. And student leaders grouped future lumberjacks together to give tours, allowed them to get to know one another and ask any questions they might have. Registration began at 2 o'clock for the event, and faculty and staff members in attendance. The future students were escorted to the Kennedy Auditorium for a lecture about general information such as career choices, student services, and financial aid. The campus tours were the most intriguing part of the showcase Saturday. Students workers were available to give full tours of the SFA campus. And 2 additional showcase Saturdays will be events held on February and March of 2014. And for more information, you can contact the SFA Office of Admissions at 936-468-2504.
Now, there are many organizations on campus, but here's one that you might not know about. Diving Jacks is one of the newest organizations at Stephen F. Austin, not to be confused with Driving Jacks. It is a club for students who want to learn more about scuba diving. Haley Gilbert, president of Diving Jacks, exclusively told SFA Now all about the club. Students who want to join do not have to be scuba certified and are more than welcome to come to meetings to become more informed about scuba diving. She also said that these meetings have various speakers from different dive locations, and they share their dive experience as well as talking about jobs in the industry. The biggest reason they wanted to get Diving Jacks started was to give students who are certified a chance to get together with other divers and use their certification. At this last meeting, members gathered around a campfire, ate some s'mores, and planned their next trip. They are hoping to go to the Comal River in New Braunfels, Texas this coming spring. To become a certified diver, SFA students can register for Kinesiology 116. For more information on Diving Jacks, check out their Facebook page at www.facebook.com/divingjacks.
We see children around the globe with extraordinary talent, and that is no exception to One Child Prodigy right here in Nacogdoches. This past Thursday, the SFA Cole Concert Hall hosted 1.5 pianists for the residents of Nacogdoches to enjoy. The duo consisted of a father-son tandem that used an Apple Pad to add a background symphony. Dr. Mario Ajero, assistant professor of piano pedagogy at SFA, has passed on the family talent to his 9-year-old prodigy, Antonio. The 4th grader, who recently won the East Texas Piano Solo Festival, showed off his skills for the crowd. The program included a 4-handed piano duet written by Franz Schubert and Piano Santana in F major by Mozart. For more information on the Swift-Finger Prodigy, the events hosted by the Department of Fine Arts, visit www.finearts.sfasu.edu or call 936-468-6407. If you would like to know more of any stories that you want to hear or you heard today, be sure to check out our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SFA Now. And also, if you know of any interesting events going on that you think could be newsworthy, please make sure to post it on our Facebook wall and share it with us.
Now stay with us after the break to check out a vintage vinyl store and an inside look at the Nacogdoches High School Robotics Club, as well as a preview of some upcoming holiday festivities. Festivity. Welcome back to SFA Now. Recently, the Nacogdoches High School robotics team took home the first place trophy in their last competition after only starting the team a few years ago. Robbie Key has the story.
It was another Wednesday afternoon during advisory period at Nacogdoches High School. The NHS robotics team, the Robo Dragons, gathered in their classroom to work out the kinks for their next competitive event, the VEX Robotics Competition game. Using a Lego robotics kit mixed in with other parts, the Robo Dragons will face off against other schools at the VEX competition using a medium-sized robot, which is roughly 1.5 feet by 2 foot square. The events of the competitions can range anywhere from pre-programming a robot's movements to shooting projectiles. This robot they built, for example, is controlled with a joystick and can launch frisbees at an impressive distance. Just a few short years ago, there was no robotics team until it was revived by Nacogdoches High School teacher Bill Sims, who is proud of his students.
I didn't know that much about robotics, and so every achievement that the kids have made is totally their achievements. So I'm learning as much from them as they are from me.
And it certainly shows, as the Robo Dragons have taken home several trophies, including a first-place win in engineering at their most recent competition. Sims reminisces on just how far the program has come.
It started out as just an after-school program and now has become a class, but the kids that, up until this past year, the kids that have done it have all, they did it on their own spare time. It wasn't that they were getting high school credit for it.
This has been Robbie Key reporting for SFA Now.
New changes have been happening with the SFA Alumni Association, including a new interim director. Here's Zach Student with the story.
Recently, the SFA Alumni Association received a new interim director, replacing former executive director Mr. Jeff Davis. The new interim director, Mr. Dale Green, was named into the position early this November by Dr. Baker Patillo, Vice President of Advancement Jill Still, and the President of the Alumni Association. Being appointed, Mr. Green had this to say.
It makes me excited to serve my alma mater. Being a lumberjack graduate from 1999, it's very exciting.
The SFA Alumni Association is a nonprofit organization that works with the Friends of SFA as well as the current and former students of the university through different programs, activities, and scholarships to create a sense of community outside of the SFA campus. Mr. Green has been highly involved with the Alumni Association for a while, saying,
Well, I've been in the office for 3 years working as the Director of Marketing and Membership, and so my background of marketing and education certainly serves me as the interim role. Right now I'm just serving as the interim, not the executive director permanent. There's a search committee that will look for that person, hopefully to fill in February.
One of the biggest events the Alumni Association holds on campus is the famous Big Dip. The Big Dip is one of our honor traditions here on campus for students who have completed at least 60 hours of course credit and would like to purchase an SFA ring.
Is Friday the Big Dip ring ceremony, which hopefully most all of our lumberjacks in the audience knows about. But if not, tell them to come by the office. We'll tell them all about the Big Dip. But it's the presentation ceremony where the students who purchase the SFA ring and partake in the tradition, they get their ring that day and open the box and look at their ring and try it on for the first time.
To learn more about the Big Dip or the Alumni Association, visit the Tracy D. Perriman Alumni Center or visit sfaalumni.com. I'm Zach Stewart reporting for SFA Now.
Store sells more than just vintage vinyl, but books and movies as well. Darian Salone has the full scoop on this once lost but now found treasure.
If you have been searching for records and you have not found what you were looking for, Lost and Found might be the place to be. Lost and Found has been in the Nacogdoches area for 3 years and is becoming a spot for music junkies to find classic records. We were able to speak with the owner, Eric Hobson, on what inspired him to start this shop.
Records. I've been collecting them myself for quite a few years. And then in between jobs a few years ago, I started selling off personal collection online and had the opportunity to turn it into a physical store. And so that sure beat punching a clock for somebody else.
Eric also explains how he has been able to build a rep for his small business and how he has been able to keep customers coming in.
I've got a Facebook page. There's a small handful of friends around town that have their own businesses that let me bring flyers and stuff. They give them out to their customers, things like that. I got a few other customers that work at various places around town that take flyers for me, but a lot of my customers, seems to be word of mouth.
When asked what are Mark's future goals for his business, he did not waste time to get straight to the point.
To not be like a lot of others and close. That's about the only realistic goal I've got right now. I'd like to be able to expand, but there's not a real need for me to do that. I do good here with the small store.
If you are interested in checking out some of Mark's records, Lost and Found can be found on 720 East Main. You can also find Lost and Found Records on Facebook.com/Lost and Found Museum. I am Darian Salone, and this.
The Nacogdoches Treatment Center hosted their annual holiday bazaar, selling everything from Thanksgiving treats to Christmas trees, and Phyllis Gugino has the story.
The Nacogdoches Treatment Center is a place where Alzheimer and dementia patients can come participate in stimulating games and exercises. On November 14th and 15th, the center held their annual Christmas Bazaar in order to raise money for these patients. The bazaar had Christmas decor such as a wide variety of Christmas trees, ceramic nativity scenes, yard signs, and more. Themed Christmas trees were a popular item, like this spice tree, which sold rather quickly. But if you weren't quite ready for Christmas shopping, they had a selection of beautiful jewelry and handbags. But you can't forget about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving items were also available for purchase, such as these cute cutouts.
In addition to all the handmade crafts at the bazaar, they also had a bake sale where you can pick up things like this delicious pumpkin pie.
The Nacogdoches citizens enjoyed browsing the treatment facility, filling their baskets with the perfect gifts. In addition to the bake sale and crafts, a silent auction was also available where people could bid on items ranging from Starbucks coffee mugs to hand-woven blankets. For more information on the Nacogdoches Treatment Center, visit them at 119 Hughes Street or call them at 936-569-7173.
I'm Phyllis Eugenio reporting for SFA Now.
I'm so excited about the holiday tradition. Tell me, what's your favorite holiday tradition?
Thanksgiving lunch and watching the Dallas Cowboys. What else?
Oh, boo. Clearly, it's all about the Texans.
Oh. Stay tuned with us after the break as we sit down with the Pine Log Features editor, Belen Casillas, to discuss this week's features and the women's bowling team about their early success this season. Remember to like us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SFA Now. And if you have any stories you'd like to see on here, post it to our wall and you just might see it on here soon. Welcome back to SFA Now. We are joined now here by Belen Casillas, the feature editor for the Pine Log. How you doing?
Hi.
You doing okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're so
Aren't we
excited
all?
to have you. So, first up, what is the top feature issue this week that you have done in the Pine Log?
This week we featured an intern at Disney Resort in Florida, and she is a sophomore here at SFA, and she is doing a whole semester at Disney. She is majoring in hospitality, so Disney opened up their doors for students at SFA such as her, and so yeah, she's filling in that position, and she's doing great. Being skilled and getting the abilities that she needs in her area by interning.
You said she's a hospitality major?
She's a hospitality major, also child development, but Disney offers all aspects of career areas that you can intern in.
Now, what exactly goes into a Disney internship? I can
Okay.
only imagine playing around with little characters and stuff like
Yeah,
that, but I'm
and
sure there's a
hanging out with
little work
children.
It sounds
involved.
like a lot of fun.
It does. It sounds fun, but as the story goes, and you can read it on the Pine Log, it's sort of day by day duties that she does. They are different every day. And for example, she is a housekeeper. You would normally think what a housekeeper changes the towels, does the bed. Not exactly. This is her catering to her clients. Her catering to her clients in the best of her ability by bringing a magical experience in Disney. So
Magical
Yeah.
Disney experience. How
Yes,
perfect does that
I
sound?
know. and it helps with your major too as well. So you get to experience being on the Disney campus
Yeah.
and see rides and hang out with people. Like
you're
it seems like a lot of fun.
exposed to a lot of things that you would not be exposed to.
Oh, absolutely.
So how did you choose to do this Disney feature? Was there something that just stuck out to you that you just had to write about it, or?
Well, as students, as we complete our degrees, we are required. Most of our majors are required to do internships. So we believe that informing, of course, a Pine Log, we love to inform our students about things that are happening, and featuring this type of story in hopes of bringing awareness that you need to do an internship because you need to have that hands-on experience. So she was brought to our attention that she was a very good striving student and that her internship at Disney was going very well, so we decided to feature her and just bring awareness to our students through her story that you need to do internships.
It's very true too. You know, no matter what field you're in, if you're a college student, getting an internship, getting that experience, foot in the door, it's a very important thing. And where better to do it than the king of everything, Disney.
Yeah, Disney.
Now, I've got to ask you just real quick, can you give us one feature story you've written that's kind of your favorite?
Gosh, I did an internship at the Town Morning Telegraph. One of my favorite was a lady who actually is legally blind, and she plays the trumpet for the community band. So her story is very inspiring, and yeah, that is one of my favorites so far.
I imagine. Well, I'd love to sit here and talk to you a little more, but it looks like that's all the time we have right now. Thank you, Belen, so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Now stay with us after the break when we will have the women's bowling team head coach, Amber Lemke, and bowler Paige Croshaw in studio. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Once again, we are joined here by women's bowling team head coach Amber Lemke and SFA bowler Paige Croshaw. Thank you so much for being here. And it's so cool that we have pro bowlers here because I am a pro in bowling as well. On the Wii, I am on the Wii, a
Chloe,
pro.
the viewers want to hear about them. They don't want to hear about you right now. I'm
Well,
just
thank
kidding.
you so much for being here, you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you. Now, Paige, how did you kind of get involved in bowling and join the bowling team?
My dad was big into bowling like all his life, so he got me and my brother into it when I was 3. So I just kept going on, and then my friend bowls here, and she talked to me about this school at a tournament last year, and now I'm here. And I'm happy with the decision I made. Best school ever.
We were hoping you weren't disappointed with the decision you
No,
made.
I love it.
Now this question is for you, Coach. How do the bowling tournaments work?
We compete in 3-day events, so it's a very long weekend. Most of it involves a lot of travel. It's very far distances from Texas. And we have the first day we bowl Baker style, which means all 5 bowlers bowl in one game, which is very different from what normal people go to a bowling center and bowl on their own time or in a league. So everybody bowls 2 frames, and we do that for a majority of the weekend. And then they also have an individual component as well, just like you would if you went to bowl open bowling or bowled in league, something like that. So it's very invasive. We bowl anywhere from 10 to 15 matches in a weekend, and a lot of those come against ranked opponents as well, constantly waiting for us the very next match. After we bowl one, we bowl the next.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun too, bowling. Now, I want to ask if whenever you bowl, you know, there's certain tricks, you know, you can make the ball curve or go straight. Do you learn those?
I got to know these tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have, you know, the girls are coming in at a very high level when they get here, and the bowling equipment today too also helps that. We're lucky enough to be teamed with Storm, who provides the equipment for the girls, and we have, you know, the tools to be able to teach them to be able to make the ball hook. There definitely is technique that goes into that, and it's not just something that everybody can pick up that comes in and picks up a bowling ball. It's very different. But yeah, we teach that. Definitely something that we teach a lot. Paige has been working on that since she got here, so she can tell you.
Absolutely. It's very frustrating because we want to pick up on it in a second, but it takes us hours and hours of practice.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to ask, you just mentioned bowling equipment. What other equipment do you use besides bowling ball and shoes?
There's so many different bowling balls now out there for everybody to have. There's lots of differences between the ball that you would pick up if you went to the bowling center versus the balls that we use. Just the technology nowadays in bowling is very advanced compared to what it used to be.
That's so funny. I always just go to a bowling alley and just assume these are the bowling balls to pick from. And little do I know there's a whole arsenal of stuff we knew nothing about.
Yeah, our balls, they haven't, the company that we're with, they even smell different. So like they smell like apples or different fruits, or it's really crazy all the stuff that they come out with now.
So what has been the most successful part of being on the bowling team? Like, what is your most success?
We're a 5-year, this is our 5th year, and we haven't won a tournament up until this year, and it was my first tournament, so the school's first win and my first win, it was kind of like
of this tournament for you too.
That
That sounds so good. Now, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. That looks like all the time we have for today, and thank you again, Coach and Melanie, for being here, and you viewers for tuning in to SFA Now. I am Chloe Bradford.
I'm Justin Hinkle.
See you next time here on SFA Now.